Have you ever found yourself questioning someone's true intentions? Whether it's a friend, co-worker, or someone you just met, it can be tough to figure out who they really are, especially when they're putting on a front. But what if there were clear signs that could help you see someone's true colors instantly? Well, you're in luck. In today's video, we're diving into 7 signs that will help you spot someone's true nature, no matter how hard they try to hide it. From their reactions under pressure to how they speak about others when no one's around, these signs can reveal more than words ever could. So, if you want to learn how to navigate your relationships and avoid being misled by facades, stay tuned. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on more insightful tips like this. And if you've ever had a moment where someone's true colors surprised you, drop a comment below and share your experience. We'd love to hear from you. Let's jump right in. Number 1. How they treat service workers. How people treat service workers often reveals their character, a sentiment echoed in the Stoic belief that virtue lies in how we conduct ourselves, especially towards those who can neither harm nor benefit us. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This wisdom reminds us that even when faced with rudeness or indifference, our response must be anchored in kindness and dignity. Service workers, who often bear the brunt of frustration and entitlement, provide the perfect opportunity to exercise patience and self-control. Their position does not diminish their humanity, and it is in treating them with respect that we elevate our own character. Epictetus taught that we are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. This applies powerfully in interactions with service workers. A spilled drink, a delayed order, or a miscommunication is not inherently offensive. It is our interpretation of these events that ignites anger. By reframing these moments as opportunities to practice tolerance, we uphold the Stoic ideal of maintaining control over our emotions. Service workers are often constrained by policies and systems beyond their control, yet they are unfairly blamed for outcomes. Understanding this enables us to shift our focus from blame to empathy, embodying the Stoic principle of wisdom. Kindness to service workers is also an exercise in justice, a core tenet of Stoicism. Justice demands that we give to others what is due, and respect is due to all humans regardless of their social standing. Seneca's reminder that wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness holds profound relevance here. By showing compassion to those who serve us, we act in alignment with nature's law of mutual cooperation. Such actions not only affirm the dignity of service workers, but also nurture a harmonious community, reflecting the interconnectedness Stoics deeply value. Disregard for service workers often stems from arrogance, a vice that Stoicism warns against. Arrogance blinds us to the shared humanity we have with others and inflates a false sense of superiority. To live virtuously, as Stoics urge, is to shed such illusions and embrace humility. Every interaction, no matter how seemingly insignificant, offers a stage to demonstrate virtue. Speaking kindly to a cashier or showing gratitude to a waiter is not just about good manners. It is about living in accordance with reason and recognizing the inherent equality of all humans. The way we treat service workers reflects whether we live by reason or impulse. Stoics teach us to focus on what is within our control, our actions, words, and attitudes. Service workers are not mere tools in our daily transactions, but individuals deserving of respect and dignity. By treating them with fairness and kindness, we cultivate virtues that define a good life. Such actions elevate us beyond the chaos of fleeting emotions, rooting us firmly in the Stoic pursuit of moral excellence. Number 2. their reaction to criticism. The way individuals react to criticism is a profound reflection of their character, a notion deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." This approach emphasizes humility and the willingness to learn. Criticism, when embraced, serves as a mirror that reveals blind spots we may have overlooked. A Stoic does not resist or resent such feedback, but evaluates its merit with reason, understanding that personal growth is impossible without self-reflection and correction. Epictetus teaches that it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This principle is particularly significant when facing criticism, whether it is constructive or harsh. A wise individual pauses to distinguish between the content and delivery of criticism, assessing whether there is truth to it regardless of tone. Rather than succumbing to anger or defensiveness, they maintain control over their emotions, recognizing that reacting impulsively would only harm their peace of mind. The Stoic response is measured, seeking to extract wisdom even from unpleasant encounters. The Stoic ideal of cultivating a rational mind underscores the importance of objectivity in handling criticism. Seneca, in his letters, advises, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Much of the pain we feel from criticism stems not from the critique itself, but from our interpretation of it. When we perceive criticism as an attack, we empower it to wound us. However, by approaching it with detachment and curiosity, we transform it into a tool for self-improvement. This perspective shifts our focus from external judgment to internal growth, which is the foundation of Stoic practice. Justice, another Stoic virtue, requires fairness not only in how we treat others, but also in how we evaluate their feedback. Dismissing criticism outright is a failure to honor the time and effort someone has taken to offer it, regardless of its delivery. To act justly is to give criticism a fair hearing, separating its truth from any accompanying negativity. Such an approach ensures that our actions remain grounded in integrity, allowing us to treat critics with the respect they deserve, even when their words sting. This balance between fairness and self-discipline epitomizes the Stoic commitment to virtue. Reacting to criticism with grace demonstrates the mastery of self, a hallmark of Stoic philosophy. True strength lies in the ability to absorb feedback without being destabilized by it. The Stoic strives to use criticism as a tool to align their actions more closely with reason and virtue. In doing so, they transcend the fear of judgment, focusing instead on the continuous pursuit of wisdom. This response not only preserves inner tranquility, but also inspires others to approach criticism with humility and courage, embodying the essence of Stoic living. Number 3. Consistency under pressure. Consistency under pressure is a defining trait of character, rooted in the Stoic principle that virtue is tested and refined in adversity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight captures the essence of maintaining consistency even when external circumstances become challenging. A Stoic recognizes that pressures, whether from unforeseen events or intense demands, are opportunities to practice self-control and align actions with reason. They strive to remain steadfast, focusing on what is within their control while accepting external conditions with equanimity. Epictetus emphasized the importance of preparation in maintaining consistency, stating, "Difficulties show what men are." Pressure exposes our habits and thought patterns, revealing whether we are ruled by impulse or guided by principle. The individual who has trained their mind to anticipate and embrace challenges approaches them calmly, resisting the urge to deviate from their values. This mental discipline, cultivated through daily reflection and practice, ensures that pressure does not compromise their commitment to virtue. Such consistency not only fortifies their character, but also earns the trust and respect of others. A key element of consistency under pressure is resilience, a trait deeply valued by the Stoics. Seneca's observation that fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men, highlights the transformative power of enduring hardships. Instead of viewing pressure as an obstacle, the Stoic sees it as a forge for inner strength. They embrace adversity as a natural part of life, understanding that it sharpens their ability to remain calm, rational, and purposeful. By choosing resilience over surrender, they demonstrate the stability that comes from living in harmony with nature's unpredictable flow. Stoic philosophy also teaches that consistency under pressure requires detachment from outcomes. By focusing on effort rather than results, the Stoic avoids being swayed by success or failure. This perspective frees them from the anxiety of external validation, allowing them to act with clarity and purpose regardless of the stakes. Pressure loses its power to destabilize them because their sense of worth is anchored in their actions, not in circumstances beyond their control. This inner stability is the foundation of their unwavering consistency. The Stoic approach to pressure is rooted in the belief that character is revealed not by what we face, but by how we respond. To be consistent under pressure is to embody the virtues of courage, wisdom, and temperance, holding firm to principles even in the most trying situations. This steadfastness is not born of stubbornness, but of a deep commitment to living virtuously. It transforms pressure from a force of disruption into a catalyst for growth, allowing the Stoic to navigate life with grace and integrity, unshaken by the tempests of circumstance. Number 4, how they speak about others. The way individuals speak about others reveals the depth of their character, a concept well aligned with Stoic teachings. Marcus Aurelius advises in Meditations, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This wisdom extends to how we discuss others, emphasizing action over judgment. A virtuous person refrains from gossip or slander, choosing instead to speak constructively or remain silent. Their words reflect not just their opinion of others, but also their commitment to integrity and kindness, showcasing an awareness that language wields the power to uplift or harm. Epictetus, in his discourses, underscores the importance of self-awareness, stating, "If you hear that someone speaks ill of you, do not defend yourself against the story, but reply, 'He must not know my other faults, else he would not have mentioned only these.'" This perspective reminds us to focus on our own flaws rather than dwelling on the perceived shortcomings of others. Those who habitually criticize others often reveal their insecurity and lack of self-discipline. A Stoic, however, uses every interaction, including conversations about others, as an opportunity to reflect on their own behavior and strive for personal growth. The Stoic principle of justice demands fairness in speech. Seneca's assertion that a good character is the only guarantee of everlasting carefree happiness reinforces the idea that speaking truthfully and kindly about others aligns with virtue. To speak unjustly, even in private, betrays a lack of moral integrity. A Stoic ensures their words honor the dignity of others, understanding that unfair criticism or baseless accusations degrade not only the subject but also the speaker. Justice in speech reflects a commitment to treating all individuals, whether present or absent, with respect and fairness. Temperance, another core Stoic virtue, also shapes how we speak about others. Rash words or excessive critique often stem from a lack of self-control. The Stoic values measured speech, considering the necessity and impact of their words before speaking. Even when offering critique, they prioritize clarity and empathy over harshness, ensuring their intent is to improve rather than demean. This temperance fosters trust and strengthens relationships, reflecting a disciplined mind that avoids impulsive negativity. Ultimately, how one speaks about others is a mirror of their inner state, as consistent with the Stoic aim of living in harmony with reason and virtue. A person grounded in Stoic principles speaks with purpose, choosing words that contribute to the well-being of all involved. Their speech becomes a tool for building rather than destroying, reflecting a character that values unity over division. Through this practice, they demonstrate that true strength lies in the ability to uplift others while maintaining their own integrity, embodying the Stoic ideal of a life guided by wisdom and moral excellence. Number 5. Their willingness to apologize. A person's willingness to apologize reflects their strength of character, a concept deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change." This humility is central to the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with reason. To apologize is not a sign of weakness, but an acknowledgement of our fallibility and a commitment to rectify our actions. It is an act of courage and self-awareness, demonstrating that one values truth and justice over pride or ego. Epictetus emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our control, particularly our responses to conflict. He teaches, when someone is properly grounded in life, they shouldn't have to look outside themselves for approval. Apologizing, then, is not about seeking validation from others, but about aligning one's actions with virtue. A Stoic sees an apology as an opportunity to restore harmony, recognizing that clinging to defensiveness or excuses only disrupts inner peace. By willingly admitting fault, they exercise self-control and strengthen their relationships, embodying the Stoic principle of living with integrity. Justice, one of the 4 cardinal Stoic virtues, also demands a willingness to apologize. Seneca wrote, "Wrongdoing is eliminated not by punishment, but by correction." An apology, when sincere, is a form of correction, a way to make amends for harm caused. To apologize is to act justly, offering others the respect they deserve and taking responsibility for the consequences of one's actions. This act not only upholds fairness, but also fosters trust, demonstrating a commitment to maintaining balance and equity in relationships. The Stoic value of temperance further guides the willingness to apologize. Apologies often require overcoming the impulses of pride and fear of vulnerability. A Stoic practices moderation, ensuring that neither arrogance nor excessive self-criticism governs their actions. By striking this balance, they approach apologies with clarity and purpose, neither overstating nor underestimating the significance of their mistake. This measured approach reflects the discipline needed to act in accordance with reason, even when doing so feels uncomfortable or humbling. To willingly apologize is to embrace the Stoic understanding of growth through adversity. Mistakes and conflicts are inevitable, but they offer opportunities to refine one's character. The act of apologizing is a manifestation of this growth, turning errors into stepping stones toward virtue. It demonstrates a profound commitment to self-improvement and the Stoic ideal of living in alignment with nature's order. Through sincere apologies, one not only repairs relationships, but also deepens their practice of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, embodying the essence of a life well lived. Number 6. Their actions, when no one's watching. A Stoic's true character is most evident in their actions when no one is watching, as they live according to virtue, not for external approval. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. This suggests that integrity is not contingent upon external observation, but is shaped by the consistent application of inner values. A Stoic does not seek recognition for their virtuous deeds. Instead, they act out of a deep commitment to their own moral principles, aligning their thoughts and actions with reason. When alone, they are guided by a quiet sense of duty to what is right, not by the expectation of praise or reward. Epictetus teaches that true freedom comes from mastering one's actions, especially when there is no external pressure or audience. No man is free who is not master of himself, he asserts. In the absence of an audience, a Stoic faces the temptation to act according to impulse or convenience, but instead, they choose to uphold their values. Whether it's choosing to be honest when there's no one to question their words, or demonstrating kindness when no one will see, the Stoic remains true to their character. Their integrity is not swayed by the presence or absence of others, but by a deep alignment with their own moral compass. Seneca, in his writings, emphasized the importance of being consistent in small matters, knowing that these moments reflect our true nature. No man is good by accident, he says, illustrating that virtuous actions are the product of constant practice. The Stoic does not compartmentalize their behavior, but strives to be the same person in private as they are in public. This consistency is the cornerstone of virtue. Whether they are performing an unappreciated task, honoring their commitments, or resisting temptation, their actions remain consistent with their values, even in solitude. The Stoics' commitment to justice also shines through in their actions when no one is watching. They understand that justice is not about seeking recognition, but about treating others fairly, regardless of whether they can be seen. When alone, they continue to practice fairness, whether it's by paying a debt, fulfilling a promise, or treating the less fortunate with respect. They recognize that true justice is not contingent on being observed, but is about doing what is right, because it is right, in alignment with nature and reason. The Stoics' actions when no one is watching are a reflection of their commitment to personal growth and self-mastery. To be virtuous in solitude is the truest measure of character, because it demonstrates a genuine commitment to living according to reason and virtue, unshackled by the need for external validation. In these moments, the Stoic becomes their best self, not for recognition, but for the internal satisfaction of living rightly, embodying the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature's order, regardless of the circumstances. Number 7. How they handle power. How a Stoic handles power is a direct reflection of their commitment to virtue and self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often contemplates the nature of authority, reminding himself that power is merely a role, not an identity. He wrote, "Power is not good, nor is it bad. The use of it, however, is what matters." For a Stoic, power is not something to be coveted or abused. It is a responsibility to be exercised with wisdom and justice. A Stoic leader understands that power should never be used for personal gain, but for the well-being of others, maintaining an unwavering focus on the common good. Epictetus teaches that true power lies in controlling one's actions and responses, not in dominating others. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants, he says, which can be applied to how power is handled. A Stoic with power does not let it corrupt or inflate their ego, for they are constantly aware of their own fallibility. They view power as a tool to implement virtuous actions, and they wield it with humility, knowing that their position is temporary and that they are accountable for their decisions. The Stoic keeps their desires in check, understanding that a leader's true strength lies in their capacity for restraint and responsibility, not in the exercise of unchecked authority. Justice, a central Stoic virtue, governs how power should be used. Seneca advises, "A good character is the foundation of true power." A Stoic in power makes decisions based on fairness, ensuring that their actions promote equity and harmony. They are conscious of the impact their authority has on others and seek to administer it with compassion and rationality. They do not make arbitrary or self-serving decisions, but carefully consider the consequences of their choices, always striving to align with what is just. For a Stoic, the exercise of power is not about control or dominance, but about serving others in the pursuit of virtue and well-being. The Stoic also recognizes the fleeting nature of power and approaches it with detachment. As Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself, power is transient, and we should not become attached to it. "The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that," he wrote, acknowledging that power often brings out the worst in those who cling to it. A Stoic does not derive their sense of worth from their position, and they remain indifferent to external accolades or losses. They maintain their composure regardless of whether they hold power or not, knowing that their value lies in their virtuous character, not in external circumstances. A Stoic's approach to power is rooted in humility, self-control, and a commitment to justice. They understand that power, when used rightly, is a means to improve the lives of others and to foster the common good. By exercising it with wisdom and moderation, they ensure that their leadership reflects the Stoic ideals of virtue, temperance, and fairness. Power is never an end in itself, but a responsibility to be handled with care, always in pursuit of moral excellence and the well-being of others. And there you have it, 7 signs to instantly spot someone's true colors. By paying attention to their actions, words, and how they react in different situations, you can quickly uncover the real person behind the mask. Whether it's how they treat others when no one's watching, how they handle criticism, or their consistency under pressure, these signs are powerful tools to help you make better decisions in your relationships and protect yourself from any hidden agendas. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with friends or family who could use a little more clarity when it comes to reading people. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you're always in the loop for more videos that help you navigate life's tricky situations with confidence. Also, let me know in the comments, which sign do you think is the most revealing of someone's true nature? Have you ever had an experience where someone's true colors shocked you? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and remember, the more you understand others, the better you can protect your peace and make empowered decisions. Catch you in the next video.